Hey, what's up guys? My name is Anand and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to optimize your Facebook ad campaigns. I'll be giving you 4 important tips that will help you to increase your conversions, decrease your cost per action, whether it's clicks, conversions, leads, or brand awareness or reach. These tips will help you to decrease your cost per action, and overall you will be able to maximize your return on investment and get the most out of your ad campaign budget. So let's get started. The number one step in terms of optimization that I would recommend is conduct A/B testing. So Facebook has this feature that allows you to split test your campaign, and it allows you to test different variables. So when it comes to split testing, you are able to select target audience as your variable. You can choose delivery optimization as your variable, or it can be placements or ad creative. So the advantage of Facebook split testing is it allows you to optimize your ad campaign based on data. So let's take a quick example. Let's say you want to figure out your campaign performance, and you want to compare your custom audience versus lookalike audience. Then you can run a Facebook split test, and in one ad group you can choose your custom audience, and in the second ad group you can choose your lookalike audience. And based on which ad group performs better, you can then create your next campaign and choose the winning audience so that you get the maximum results, because you know which audience is getting you better results. That's one way of trying out different audiences using Facebook split testing. In terms of delivery optimization, Facebook provides optimization for link clicks, landing pages, and conversions. So you can actually create 3 different ad groups, one focusing on link clicks, the other one on conversions, and the third one on landing page views. And depending upon your marketing objective, you might get either one of them or 2 of them. But basically what I'm trying to say is you can try out 3 different delivery optimization method, and basically you can find out which delivery optimization method is giving you better results for your marketing campaign. And finally, the placement split testing will allow you to compare, like if you want to find out if Facebook newsfeed is working better for you as compared to Instagram newsfeed, those kind of comparison will be possible using the placement variable. And then ad creative testing will help you to optimize your headlines, whether you want to try out video versus image ad, or it can be trying out different descriptions. So ad creative is mostly to find out which ad format and which ad creative type is going to resonate with your audience. So by performing Facebook split testing, you can find your best performing ads, you can find your best performing audiences and compare ad placement. And the data that you get, that's how, based on the data, that's how you can optimize your ad campaigns. So that is why I highly recommend starting with this step, because you can read a ton of blog posts, you can watch like a lot of videos. Ultimately what happens is your business is unique, your company is unique, your audience is unique. So it really depends on your niche or your niche. So you need data to make decisions, and Facebook split testing is a fantastic way to gather that data and optimize your campaign. Now once you're done with Facebook split testing, the second tip I would recommend is refine your audience targeting. Because when you refine, so on the left side I just gave an example of how you can refine using location, age, gender, and basically what I'm trying to say is you need to make use of detailed targeting and try to narrow your audience. So generally, if you start out pretty broad, the problem is you will be reaching a wide variety of audience, but you won't get enough clicks and conversions. See, so I would recommend you should use detailed targeting to include people who match your business. But once you are done adding a bunch of detailed targeting, what I would suggest is use the exclude or narrow audience. So when you click on exclude people, you can actually exclude certain categories or interest or behavior, so that you only target your relevant audience. So excluding people will allow you to show your ads only to certain categories of people, and make sure that your ads won't be displayed on people that are irrelevant to your business. The second thing is you can narrow audience. Narrow audience is like an and condition. It's basically going to tell Facebook that, hey, my audience should meet any of this detailed targeting criteria, and they also need to match certain interest and behavior. So by clicking on narrow audience, you're actually defining your audience. It's getting from broad to defined. So that's how you can use exclude people and narrow audience to really hone down your total audience size. And by focusing and hyper targeting your audience, your ads are going to get more relevant, and the chances are you will be able to get more conversions, more actions, and more engagement. And the third thing I want to mention is definitely make use of custom and lookalike audience. So a custom audience is something that you can create out of your existing customer database. Just upload it to Facebook, and you can use that for your next campaign. And lookalike audience is basically asking Facebook to find out similar people based out of your custom audience. So that's how you can refine your audience targeting, and you can make sure that you get more relevant results and you reach relevant people. Now the third tip I want to give is retargeting, and I love this feature because retargeting is one of the best way to maximize your return on investment, because you are showing your ads to users who are familiar with your brand, product, or service. So what I mean is, let's say someone goes to your website and they spend some time and then they exit. You can actually install Facebook Pixel on your website, and you can retarget them via Facebook ad. Now the reason it works well is they have already been to your website, so they know what your business is about. And when you retarget them, you're actually retargeting a warm audience, because the initial touch point is over, and you're just giving them a reminder about why they need to take your offer, whether it's a discount code or whether they need to go to a product page and buy a product. And retargeting will help you to increase your conversion rate, and it helps to increase your brand recall, because it targets warm audience, and people will be able to recollect your brand, and once they recollect your brand, the chances are them taking an action on your website or on your product page is much higher than reaching out to a cold audience. And finally, it helps to reduce your cost per conversion, because think about this. If someone sees your ad for the first time, obviously they are not going to get converted. But if you retarget someone based out of your website visitor, or if it's a customer database, or if it's a lookalike audience, you're decreasing the cost per conversion, because you're reaching a set audience, and you're spending less amount in reaching those audience as compared to reaching a wider audience and getting very few conversion. And the other couple of advantage with retargeting is it obviously helps to increase your engagement. It delivers relevant ads, and it increases the ad reach because your audience is defined. So retargeting is definitely that you should consider to optimize your ad campaign. And I want to quickly go through like all the options that Facebook provide. You can actually upload your customer file or from your CRM. Just export the CSV file, clean up the Excel file, and upload it to Facebook, and that's pretty much it. The second one is you can retarget based on your website traffic. Now you can not just only target based on your homepage website traffic, but you can actually create certain conditions. You can retarget based on specific pages on your website. So let's say they visit your blog pages, you can retarget them. Let's say they visit your product pages, you can retarget them. Let's say they visit your checkout page, or people who add products to their cart but they don't check out, you can even retarget them through dynamic retargeting ads. So you can actually segment your website traffic using Facebook Pixel and show them relevant ads. You can give them discount codes, you can give them free shipping options if it's an e-commerce store, and that's how you can utilize website traffic. Then you have app activity. It's based on how people engage with your app. Then you have offline activity, and then finally you have engagement. You can use this feature if you want to retarget people who are engaging with your existing Facebook or Instagram content. Now this is again a fantastic way to utilize your existing audience. So engagement retargeting is again a great way to show ads to people and fans of your existing Facebook or Instagram page. Now finally I want to mention about how and why you need to increase your relevance score. But before we talk about how to increase your relevance score, let's understand what is relevance score. Well, it's Facebook's measure of quality and engagement level of your ads. It's similar to Google Ads quality score, and basically when you start running your ads on Facebook, after your ad gets like 500 impressions, Facebook will get a sense of how likely people are going to engage with your ad, and if it gets a lot of positive clicks, engagement, and interaction, based on the feedback, Facebook will give a score out of 0 to 10 for your ad, and that's how Facebook calculates relevance score. And if your relevance score is less than 3, your ad won't be reaching more people. You are going to spend more money to reach people, and overall your campaign performance is going to go down. But if your relevance score is 7 and above, it's fantastic. It means that your ad creative is great, you're getting good click-through rates, and you're reaching the right audience. So naturally what happens is your delivery is going to be good, and your cost per action is going to go down. So that is why you need to focus on relevance score. And I want to give you a real example of my existing campaign. Now I took this snapshot from today morning's campaign. I have 3 different ad sets, and as you can see, my first ad is having a relevance score of 5, the second one is having a relevance score of 5, but the third one is having a relevance score of 7. Now look at the cost per click. For this one it's 3 cents, this one it's 5 cents, but this for the third one, look at this, my cost per click is only 2 cents. And check out the click-through rate, 0.32, 0.94, but for this one it's 2.38. And in terms of results, 511 and 205. So this is a real campaign. I just took a snapshot today morning, and this is a very evident example of why you need to focus on relevance score, because when your relevance score is high, you are getting more reach. Look at this, 6,000 impressions, your cost per click is low, your click-through rate is high, and you're getting more results. So that is why you need to focus on relevance score to optimize your ad campaign. Couple of ways to do that: refine your audience targeting, segment your audience. As I mentioned earlier, you can create separate audience for separate ads, and then deliver specific ads to those specific audiences, and change your ad creative. So Facebook is smart. Let's say you run your ad and you get your relevance score as 7 or 8. Facebook is going to update your relevance score on a weekly basis or bi-weekly basis. And after 2 weeks, when you check your ad, your relevance score will go down because your audience might be tired of seeing the same creative if the frequency is pretty high. So if you want to keep the freshness and recency, make sure to change your ad creative. Use a different image, use a different video so that you maintain your relevance score. And obviously use catchy images, headlines, and ad copy so that you get higher click-through rate. And finally, I want to quickly show you this audience overlap tool. Sometimes what happens is, let's say you run multiple ads and you create multiple ad sets, and each of those ad set is targeting the same audience. What happens is it will create audience overlap. So when you are in your audience manager, or when you're in the audience tab in Facebook, you can actually click on one of the audience and click on actions, and then click on audience overlap tool. Facebook will give you a graph and it will tell you how much percentage of audience P is overlapping with audience A, and basically you will be able to understand what is the audience overlap percentage. And if it's high, it basically means that you are actually competing with your own ads, and that's going to drive up your cost. So 2 ways that you can avoid that situation is consolidate your overlapping ad sets and then refine your targeting. So audience overlap is a good way to analyze your audience and to find if there is any overlap, because you don't want to compete with your own ads. And Facebook will only show the highest performing ad when it comes to advertisers creating many different ad sets targeting the same audience. So avoid audience overlap so that you can bring down the cost. So that's it, guys, in terms of best practices and tips to optimize your Facebook ad campaign. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.